I've used many different brokers to both trade and invest in stocks, but I've never used one by a bank until today. So in this video, I'll be running through Maybank's Trade MY app, and let's see whether it's worth us considering for our own stock investments. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have never previously even considered using a banking's trading platform for my own investing needs, and it's for one particular reason. Let's just say that their user interface, they've not been great. Being a millennial, I'm just used to all of my apps having, nice user experiences, being easy to navigate, and it's not just from my financial apps, it's from all of my apps. If they have a bad user experience, I'm just deleting it from my phone. I'm not going to use it. But a few months ago, I attended Maybank Investment Bank's event. It wasn't about this, but I saw one of their buntings showcasing this app, and it caught my attention. It actually looked pretty good. I didn't know if it was real, maybe it was just a mock-up, but it did look good. I'm a huge Maybank fan when it comes to their other products, and it's primarily because of their app. It's just really nice and easy to use. So I guess if there was going to be a bank in Malaysia that was going to come up with a nice looking trading platform, that was going to be them. So when the Maybank investment banking team reached out to me to just try out this Maybank Trade MY platform, I thought, why not? Let's just give it a try, right? So let's go through my thoughts, and I'll also show you guys some screen recordings of how it looks. As usual, let's start off with their safety and security, which is where Maybank really stands out. I know a lot of you guys are cautious when it comes to where you invest your money, and it makes a lot of sense. I understand, because there's no point for us to invest our hard-earned money month after month, generating amazing returns, only to find out that the platform is not secure and we have issues withdrawing down the line. Obviously, being not just one of the largest banks in Malaysia, but also one of the largest companies in Malaysia, Maybank has a very strong reputation when it comes to this. I've been a customer of many of their other products before this, and I've never had any issues, so it's safe for us to assume that the Maybank Trade MY app will be the same. On this note, since this is the first time that I'm using a bank's trading platform, there are actually a few benefits that this brings. So for one, when I was applying for their share trading cash account, I could do it via the May app itself, and it only took me about, I think, 3 minutes to complete this entire process. It was really simple. Then I had to pay 10 ringgit for the CDS account creation. This is the standard in Malaysia, and my account was approved soon after. I didn't have to fill out that much information. I didn't have to fill out so many different forms, and most importantly, I didn't even have to go to a Maybank branch. Trust me, if they made me go to a branch just to open this account, I would not have done it. Then there's the part about deposits and withdrawals, and it's so seamless because I already have a Maybank savings account. So when this share trading cash account was approved, it actually appeared in my May app under all my accounts. So I have my savings account, my May account, I think, ZSI account, and then now this share trading cash account. And when I wanted to make my first deposit into the trading platform, all I had to do was just transfer money from my savings account to the share trading cash account, and the money appeared almost instantly. Honestly, I wasn't sure whether this method was going to work because typically with brokers, you have to go to the brokerage app itself and then click deposit and then choose your bank and deposit. But yeah, it did. You can actually transfer money from the May app itself. But if you guys are not a Maybank user, if you're not a May user, don't worry. Of course, there are other ways to deposit your money. Just open the Maybank Trade MY app, click on deposit, and there is an option for FPX. When it comes to withdrawals, you will have to do it via the Maybank Trade MY app. And again, it's pretty straightforward. Regardless of whether you're using a Maybank savings account or you're withdrawing it to a different savings account, it can all be done there. It's really simple. When going through this experience, right, using this bank as my broker for the first time, I really like that feeling of integration, right? It feels like everything is connected. But of course, this can't be the only reason that we use them as our broker last. So let's go through what else they have to offer. First, let's talk about what markets are available for us to trade. And right now, they only give us access to local stocks listed on Bursa Malaysia. But I've heard that global stock trading is coming very, very soon. And for me, as someone who invests primarily in the US stock market, that's what I'm looking forward to the most. So let's see. Heading over to the app interface, and you guys can see that it looks really clean. It looks really easy to navigate. The first time I saw this, I was actually quite surprised, I don't know. Somehow, I had this picture in my mind that when I use a bank's trading app, it was going to look like something that came from the 1990s. But obviously, the Maybank product team, they're doing their job because this app, it looks really good. It fits right in 2025. So what you guys just saw was the default dashboard, which is what I'm currently using. But one cool thing is that you can also customize this dashboard to widgets that you want to see. So that the first time that you open the app, or every time that you open the app, you will immediately see everything that matters to you. Moving on to what we actually use a broker for, and that is of course to place our trades. Again, this is very simple. Even if you're a beginner, there's not too much information that could overwhelm you or even scare you, right? All you have to do is just type in the name of the stock that you want to invest in, type in the amount of shares that you want to buy, and the price that you're willing to pay, and then just submit that order and you're done. This is actually one of the things that got me away from using some of these banks trading platforms in the past. Some of them just had too much information. It was really intimidating. I felt like there was too much for me to learn before I could invest, which is why I think this is really, really good. Also, whenever you guys search for a particular stock, there will be a bunch of different information available to you. The standard stuff like company profile, financial information, of course, they are all there. But there are also analyst targets, not just from the Maybank investment banking team, but also from other analysts out there in the market. You'll also see all the research pieces that the Maybank team has done in the past on this company, which can be very useful for you to sort of develop your investment thesis. But I know that sometimes these research reports can be very lengthy, right? Of course, it's a lot of information. Of course, it's good for us to know, but sometimes we just want to know very quick, right? Which is why it's good that the Maybank team has even visualized this in the form of charts, which makes it a lot easier for us to digest and know where we're investing our money. So I placed some orders a few days ago to just test this whole app out, so you guys can see that I own a few banking stocks right now. This is just a personal preference. When it comes to investing into the local stock market, my preference is, or my strategy is more of a dividend investing strategy. So as someone who invests for dividends in the Bursa stock market, I of course had to grab myself some Maybank shares. I've always been a big fan of their shares. I'm not just saying this because I'm reviewing their product right now. I have always been a fan of investing in Maybank for the dividends. But that aside, I've also been eyeing up some RHB shares. So I've been considering them for a while because they've been paying a nice dividend. The dividend yield is pretty high. So I thought now is the time for me to invest some money there as well. It's funny, right? How I'm reviewing a product by Maybank, but I'm buying RHB shares. I'm sure they're fine with it, right? In my defense, I actually got recommended this. Or not recommended this, but it got brought to my attention in the Maybank Trade MY app itself. And this is one of the things that is really good. You will get this daily sort of trading ideas, whether in the form of a full-on research report, or even sometimes it's just a bite-sized thing that you can just easily go through and decide whether it's something worth you considering. Now, let's talk about their market insights portion of their app. And as the name implies, this shares all of the market insights that the Maybank's award-winning research team has come up with. And like I said earlier, when it comes to analyst targets, it doesn't only come from the Maybank investment banking team, it also comes from many analysts out there. I don't know, I feel like this kind of information, it's expensive for us to access, or even if it's not expensive, it's hard for us to collate all these different information from different sources. So it's nice that they have all of this delivered to us within this app itself. Just a disclaimer before I move on, since we're talking about analyst targets, analyst recommendations, if you guys are watching this video, yes, these guys are professionals. Yes, these guys are probably really smart. They've been doing it for many, many years, but you should not blindly follow any analyst call. At the end of the day, you guys should just use this as sort of an idea generation tool, or even something that can help you get more information on a company before you decide to invest. Because at the end of the day, this is your hard-earned money. You need to decide for yourself what stocks are good for you depending on your goals. But of course, doing this is made a lot easier via this app. Like I said, they have a lot of information that you can go through, a lot of research reports. It ranges from even macro views on an entire country to more micro views on selected companies itself. So yeah, you will get a lot of information here that can aid your decision making. Now, if you're the type of person who, despite having all of this information, maybe it's information overload, right? You still don't know where to invest your money, then they have this feature called model portfolios, which is pretty much a sample portfolio that they've built for you, depending on your investment goals and your risk tolerance as well. These model portfolios, they range from being country specific to international. And if you scroll down in these model portfolios, you'll see all the research reports that the Maybank investment banking team has done on these specific companies. Unfortunately, when I was going through this to research the app, to try it out, I found out that the Maybank team only has a hold rating on RHB instead of a buy. But since I already bought the shares, I'm just going to pretend that I didn't see it. So the stocks that you will see in all of these different model portfolios, they are curated by their research team. You can find which one suits you the best and you can just invest in those companies. You don't have to follow it blindly. You don't have to follow it 100%. Again, these are all just ideas for you. Honestly, I do find this feature really cool. I would say I don't think I've seen anything like this in any other brokerage apps out there. So yeah, it helps us get an idea of what companies we can invest in and how we can build an entire portfolio depending on our goals. Finally, let's talk about fees. So right now, the Maybank team, they're charging 0.1% for a minimum of 8 ringgit per trade. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, this is not the cheapest rate out there in the market right now. But you have to consider the peace of mind that you could get from investing with a company that is very reputable, is very safe, is very secure, coupled with all of the insights, the research reports that they provide you within this app. It could be worth paying the higher fees if that's what you're after. Like I said, just consider all of these things and then you can decide for yourself whether it's worth it for you. So those are my thoughts on the Maybank Trade MY platform. As the first bank to successfully get my business when it comes to a trading platform, I actually quite like it, and I have allocated some funds to invest in the Malaysian stock market while I wait for them to open access to the global stock markets, which is when I'll start pumping in more money. If you guys are interested in signing up, you can do it via the May app itself like I did, or you can head on over to the Maybank to You website. Like I said, it only takes a few minutes to complete the application. Just search for Share Trading Cash Account and click Apply. They're also running a promo for you guys right now. So if you guys are new users to this Maybank Trade MY platform, just put in this code, make your first 3 trades, and you will get 60 ringgit worth of Shopee vouchers. I'll leave the link to sign up in the description of this video. So let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this trading platform? Would you guys consider using it? Thanks for watching this video to the end, guys. Give me a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.